I figured. So, do you mind if I touch you? Your face. Do you mind if I touch your face? Yeah. Okay, good. So, what I was thinking was, I thought that I could get some of this stress off of your face here. You got a lot going on, if we're going to be honest about it. It's been a while. I haven't been able to help clear all of this off of you yet. So, we're going to need to do that, okay? Yes. All right, are you ready? So, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to start doing some pulsing motions and a little bit of tapping motions so that I can kind of start loosening all of this stress up off of your body, but it's mainly from your shoulders up. Do you feel like you have a lot of weight on your shoulders? I thought so. I mean, I can see it, but I just wanted to make sure that you felt it. It's going to feel a lot better when we're done. Okay? Good. So I'm just going to go ahead and go in, and I'm just going to start kneading almost like a cat. What's it called? Making biscuits. I'm going to make biscuits. And just while I'm doing this, I just want you to relax. Think about the last time you laughed. Think about the last time that you were happy. The last moment where you were not in your head. The last moment where you felt whole, where you felt good again, because that is a big deal. It's a big deal for you. It's a big deal for me, because it makes me equally as happy to see you happy like that. And listen, I want to tell you something real quick, because I just think you need to hear it. A lot of people think, oh, I don't have time to make myself happy because I'm too busy making other people happy. I'm too busy helping other people all the time. I don't have time to help myself. Well, guess what? You don't realize it, but number one, helping you helps everyone else feel better. Because when you are smiling and you are confident and you are being your best self and you are living your best life, other people can see that. Other people can feel that. That attitude, that vibe, that aura that you give off when you are thriving makes other people happy. It makes other people want to be better. It motivates other people to push themselves to get to where you are feeling. And that is some of the best help that you can give anyone else. So when I tell you helping yourself helps other people around you, it is actually true. I'm not just feeding you a line. And number two, because I forgot that we were doing numbers here for a minute. Number two, when you're feeling better, you perform better in anything that you do. So if someone really needs your help, if they really need you, if they're here for you, and you're here for them, you are a version of your best self, and you're going to be able to help them 10 times better. And they're going to be able to help you 10 times better. And you guys are actually going to want to help each other instead of just feeling like an obligation. And that's important. Okay? That's very important. All right. So now that we're on that topic, I've got you. I don't want to call it tenderized because that's gross, but I've touched you pretty well, your face, and I've loosened some of this stuff up. Some of it actually fell down on the floor over here, which is good. That's less we have to pull off of you and get this off. But so what I'm going to start doing now, I'm just going to start doing a little sweep, just some little sweeping actions here. And what this is doing is essentially kind of like a next level to the tapping and the moving back and forth, because we've basically got everything loose. So now I'm essentially just scooting it out of the way. Yeah. It is a balance that is not easily achieved. And it's okay, because unfortunately, the system is not built for you to keep this stress off of you. And that's not fair. It's not fair at all. But it's okay. It is okay to do that. We have so much that we have to do in our daily life that we really shouldn't have to do. But you know what? Whether it's there or not, we can still overcome it, and we can still thrive and create an environment that we need. My therapist told me to do something that kind of stuck with me, because I was so bent on instant gratification for a while. And he said, what I want you to do while you're going through a rough patch, every single time, I want you to get in the mirror every single day, and I want you to say 3 things that you love about yourself. And I was like, oh, this is not a big deal. This is not a big deal. This is not an issue, but I also don't see how this is going to help me at all. And then, I stopped doubting my therapist and went straight into, oh, well, he knows what he's talking about. I've been going to him for years. So I'll feel good after I do this. I felt like crap the first 2 days of doing it, and then I quit doing it because it got unbearable. After 2 days, it got unbearable, and I went back halfway into the session. I was like, oh man, I'm gonna get away with not doing my homework. And he was like, so how's the I love you statements going in the mirror? And I said, I didn't do them because they didn't feel good. I didn't like it. And he looked at me and he said, did I tell you they were gonna feel good? And I said, no, you didn't, but they didn't feel good, so I didn't do them. And he said, okay, well, I didn't give them to you because they feel good. I gave them to you because they're going to help you, which are 2 completely different things. Even just because it doesn't feel good, it doesn't mean that it's not going to help you. And that kind of threw self-care into a whole different line of perspective for me, because that is essentially that positive affirmation that he's wanting me to give myself is self-care for my brain mentally, and I just couldn't do it. So now we've got everything wiped down, but what I'm going to have to do here is I'm going to start moving things a little bit faster because I'm going to have to start wiping a little bit faster. And then after I get done wiping, we'll do a little bit of plucking. But moving a little bit faster is good. Trust me, I've done this a few times, even on myself actually, and it does help a lot. Gotta get your shoulders here. You have a lot on your shoulders. You should not have this much there, which pretty much just tells me that you're used to carrying a lot on your shoulders. And you know that little saying, you can't have the weight of the world on your shoulders. That's actually true. Not physically, but mental and emotional stress actually does put weight on your shoulders. So that is a problem. But you know what? I'm taking care of it. We're going to get you cleaned up. Everything is starting to look better. So I really am hoping that you're starting to look, you are starting to look relaxed. I meant to say feel relaxed, but you look a little tired and sleepy. And that's just because I'm wiping away so much energy, and your body is finally starting to get relief. Like when there's a mental or emotional issue that you haven't been dealing with, and you hold on to it, and you finally let it out. No matter how big it is, you finally let it out. You're exhausted after, because you dealt with it. Your body's like, oh my God, I can't believe that. I don't have to carry that anymore. That's what this is. And I am so glad that we're going to finally get this off of you. And you're going to be good as new. Yes. Okay. So now I'm going to do some plucking. And I kind of got to be a little quiet for this part, okay? Because I got to pay attention. Phew, that was a big one. That was a small one. That was a little bit bigger. Some of these I gotta use my whole hand for. That one had a little bit of suction to it. So did that one. Do you see the size of that? God. I can't let you go this long without taking some of the stress off of you. I might need to actually have you come back sooner rather than later. Yeah. Okay, so I got probably like 95% of it. I'm not gonna lie, I think the other 5% is gonna be able to work itself out because it's already loose. It's just gonna fall off of you, and you're gonna feel a lot better when you wake up in the morning. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm essentially just gonna go through and kind of buffer you out and smooth out those edges because, we loosened everything up. We moved it all around, get it out of its original spot, then we ripped it out, and essentially everything looks really good. How are you feeling? Good. I'm glad. better and sleepy is the combination that I'm going for here. Okay. So now I'm just gonna start slowly wiping you down. Gotta get those shoulders a little bit here. You got some rough spots around the edges, and that's okay. We're all a little rough around the edges, aren't we? Pun intended or no pun intended? Or I'm not even sure if that's where that's supposed to go in that sentence. Oh God, I'm such a dork. Okay. Everything is looking great. Alright, if you need anything though, I want you to let me know. Okay? Alright. Listen, I love you. And I am so glad that you're here. And I'm so glad that I was able to help you today. So I'll see you again soon, okay? If you need anything in the meantime, you know how to reach me.